Because you get to listen to me most of the meeting. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I would do my welcome, Sarah and friends, but it's not time yet. I got to do the presentation first. All right, here we go. Say what? The art and science of clear communications on the air, or how phonetics, articulation, and voice clarity affect the intelligibility of amateur radio communication. Now, if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. We did, everyone was, no tomatoes in the audience, correct? Because they should have been left at the door if they weren't. Rocks, good, yeah. I like rocks better than tomatoes, it cleans up easier. Okay. All right, here we go. Why this matters? Well, first and foremost, miscommunication is common on the air. Poor enunciation can change the meaning of your message entirely. It can also skew your call sign, which also interferes with communication. Clarity is crucial for check-ins, relays, and emergencies. We don't really encounter too many emergencies around here, but if in fact there are emergencies, that's when you got to keep your head, number one. And number two, if you're on the radio trying to convey information, you want to articulate and make sure that your message does get through. Voice on the radio isn't like talking in person. The audio bandwidth on the radio is limited to 300 to 3,000 hertz. The human ear perceives roughly 20 hertz to 20 kHz. And so if you're just talking to somebody like we are talking here, you're going to hear a whole lot more. You're going to hear so much more in terms of nuances. Frequencies outside the 300 to 3,000 hertz range are discarded, resulting in certain sounds getting distorted or lost. Background noise, QRM, QRN, QSB, that could be a problem. Consonants lose their crispness, and vowel sounds similar. Differences in microphone equipment quality also affect clarity, as we all know. How speech works. Vowels versus consonants, the role in clarity, common problem pairs, and regional accents. Not so much regional accents. I mean, after all, we have "Oh God" here someplace. There he is. But lazy articulation or quick articulation are problematic. There are common problem pairs like AH and 8. They sound very similar. Now, when you compress the bandwidth of speech and you couple that with QSB, QRM, QRN, it becomes problematic in terms of understanding. Now, we're going to have some examples of that coming up. Other problem pairs, BD, well, we're going to go through this in just a second. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it right now. Vowels versus consonants, the role in clarity. Vowels carry the volume, if you think about that. Give speech the presence and the tone, even through background noise. You can hear the vowels, basically. They come through. Consonants carry the meaning. Define words clearly. Losing the consonants causes confusion. Consider bat, cat, and sat. Think about the volume that the vowel carries. Bat. Lots of A there, right? Bat. In a decreased bandwidth, the consonants can lose their value and therefore cause different interpretations. Bad, cat, and sad. If we change the final consonant, That, again, causes problems as well. Now, I kind of cheated here. AU sounds like O. Bod, cod, and sod, they all sound alike. A clarity tip, keep audio clean, avoid overdriving. Consonants vanish first. And if you recall, we talk about consonants carry the meaning. If the consonants vanish, the meaning vanishes. Analogy, vowels are like the carrier wave. It carries the load. Consonants equals the modulation, if that makes any sense. Problem pairs, here we go, A and H. Both begin with open vowel, rhythm, and tone similar on weak signals. And those of you who listen to your radio or net control operators, or if you've worked, tried to work a DX station, the weak signals, tones similar on, both begin with open vowels, A, H. If I say A and I say H, and if I don't finish, it sounds like A. H sounds like A. B, D, P, T, and V. Hard consonants blur and static. They have a similar rhythm. C, Z, and S, Charlie, Zulu, Sierra, are the standard phonetics, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. S and Z are sibilants, and they distort on single sideband or noisy FM. And we can go through all this, but I think you get what I'm talking about here. When words sound alike or letters sound alike, it can be very confusing when there is distortion. And again, you consider the limited bandwidth of the voice on the radio, it becomes more difficult. Regional accents and lazy articulation. Formants are a characteristic component of the quality of speech, specifically any of several resonant bands that determine the phonetic quality. If you think about, and we're going to experience this in just a little bit. I have some sound clips I want to play for you in just a second. If you consider a symphony orchestra, if let's say the whole orchestra is playing, you got the timpani going, you got the violins, you got brass, you got trombones, you got the whole spectrum of sound. If you want to listen to the cello, you can. And the reason that you can do that is because of the formants. You can follow that, and you'll be able to, in some of the clips that are coming up here, you'll be able to hear, you can follow, because a particular signal will have a particular format which is a similar frequency. It sounds alike, and you can kind of follow that. The problem is you're concentrating on that particular frequency band, eliminating the others. So in a pileup, I can hear a format that I'm following, but I can't the others because I'm concentrating so hard on a particular area of the whole spectrum of sound that I'm hearing. Lazy articulation. What happens? You have dropped consonants, soft endings, slurred syllables, reduced intelligibility, especially on single sideband or noisy FM. One of the most important things in effective communication is the speed of the delivery of what you're saying. And we're going to experience this as well. Or I'm going to have some clips that experience this as well. So what happens is the phonemes, the independent sounds, they blur when your speech is accelerated. So consider my call, AAHCS. If I say it quickly, AAHCS. Now you guys know what I just said because, well, I got a name tag on, but you also know my call. So if I just say AAHCS, yeah, you know who I am. But if I was just checking into a net for the first time, or if I was chasing some DX, and I'm trying to bust a pile, and I say AHCS, he's not going to have a clue what I said. Absolutely not, because the A and the A, of course, blend, and the 8 blends as well. Let's consider another call, K-A-A-O-A-D, for instance. K-A-8. K-A-8s, that's the same sound. So if I say it quickly, K-8, what'd I say? I don't know. I mean, I know what I said, but can you understand that? And if you did not know that call, it would be very difficult to understand. Speech tempo is truly very, very important. Microphone technique. Well, poor positioning of your microphone. If you have your microphone out here, whoops. If you have your mic, I can't demonstrate that. Depending on where your microphone's placed, that really determines a lot of the gain. I've said on the radio many times, if it's light audio, stick the microphone up to your mouth, and the audio all of a sudden becomes very much louder. And if I want to decrease the gain, I can pull it further away. So just that's microphone positioning. So you want to keep the mic about an inch away from your mouth, slightly off axis, and watch your input levels. Now, of course, you can change the gain of your microphone on your radio, or many of the radios you can, that's a technique that you can use. So if you have light audio, if somebody tells you, yeah, hey, I can hear you, but your audio is pretty light, you might, if you can't adjust the gain, you might just adjust where you position your microphone. I got to tell a story. Let's see, WA8GXX. Let's see, is he here? Oh, there he is. I had no idea you were here. I really didn't. Cute story there. Honestly, when I started doing the barometer that, and Tom would check in, I had a hell of a time with his call because Tom was one of those guys. WA8CS, GXX, WA8GXX. The prefix disappeared completely. And Tom, I don't know if you remember, but how many times did I ask you, what's a prefix? A couple times, at least, yeah. So anyway, and that's basically what I'm talking about there.
Looking for check-in.
All right, we got some audio samples here, and you guys, I hope we have some fun with this. And I'm certainly not picking on anybody, not even Tom. Really, I wasn't. Okay, let's see how this works. This just happened last Friday, and this wasn't even part of the presentation until it happened last Friday. But it was really pretty cool, and I'm just going to play the whole thing first. And yeah, listen.
Come on down, I'm listening. I'm going to be in and out here.
Huh? Did you like that? Okay, KPMI says his call alphabetically and phonetically. Now, if you listen to the format, okay, the similar bandwidth of what Phil's, his speech pattern is, you can follow. And let's play this again and see if you can pick out K8PMI.
Looking for check-ins.
Whoops.
Come on down, I'm listening. Come on down, I'm listening. I will be in and out my one place.
Okay, hang on a second.
Come on down, I'm listening. Tango. Good morning, Brother Fred, and I am just about mobile. Kilo Alpha.
All right, I'm sorry about that.
Tom, speech is recorded.
I am not a math guy, you guys, and unfortunately, that's what's happening here. All right, here we go. Thought we go.
Come on down, I'm listening. I'm going to be in and out here.
I don't know, did you hear it? Could you?
Hell is that? I just recognize the voice.
Okay, one person at a time. Well, barely. Lily could barely hear it. Okay, anybody?
I heard it.
You heard KAPMI?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but now, did you hear anything else though?
Not really.
Not
I
really,
think
no.
I heard Mark B.
Okay. And that's a trained response, because as you do more of this, you get a little better at it. But people can do better. They can do better if they follow just a couple of very simple rules. Let's try this one more time.
Come on down, I'm listening. I'm going to be in and out here.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? All right, let's try this one, and you tell me what you hear.
Copy, November 8, X-ray, November, Richard, Oval.
XNV KF8 DTP.
Okay, so in this particular clip, I'll play it again just so you can hear it again.
Copy, November 8, X-ray, November, Richard, Oval.
Okay, 3 stations were simultaneously checking in. KF8 DTP was trampled on, and notice that the speed decreases intelligibility. I mean, it's just, when you go fast like that, I'll do it one more time, and maybe you can pick that out.
Copy, November 8, X-ray, November, Richard, Oval.
And Lori's in there too, at the very end. All right, this was one of my favorites, this one here.
We are going to double check KE8 VQX. We caught the tail end there in the static, and we also picked up KT3WCA. So, VQX station, can you confirm your call, please?
All right, now, the reason VQX was not discernible was speed. Listen again.
We are going to double check KE8 VQX. We caught the tail end there in the static, and we also picked up KT3WCA. So, VQX station, can you confirm your call, please?
Okay, Lucy would not have needed to go back and confirm that call if he would have just slowed down. Now, the problem with that, his transmission was loaded with static, disintegrated the consonant sounds, i.e., the meaning, and therefore she didn't quite get it, and I didn't quite get it either. And again, if you, I hope everybody heard how quickly he was saying his call sign. So let's, I'm going to do it one more time just for kicks and grins. Very fast.
We
Too
are
fast.
going to double check KE8 VQX. We caught the tail end there in the static, and we also picked up KT3WCA. So, VQX station, can you confirm your call, please?
Okay, Lucy needed to double check the call sign, static delivery speed causing consonants and meaning to disappear. And that's what that was all about. All right, let's try this one here, number 4. Fred? Where's Fred? Okay, you're on, Fred. No, you really are.
Looking for check-ins. KF8 HK, Dale. Both, and I will be in and out of my workplace. Alpha 8, Charlie. Tango. Good morning, Brother Fred, and I am just about mobile. Kilo Alpha 8, November Tango, DOX, Scott, Vermilion. Still in London. WB6 and John, Mobile. KC1, Zulu X-ray, Bravo, NA FedEx via mobile. KC1, DQF, all in Navy.
Here is KADGW, Kilowatt 8, Alpha Golf Whiskey, this morning, Fred. Hope I'm not another collision.
Yes, you were, Dan. Yes, you were. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack in this particular clip. That's why I said you were going to be a star, Fred. First, KF8AHK, the AH problem, the problem pair is predominant there in the very beginning of this particular clip. And what he does, he says distinctly KF8, and then he falls into HK, and that's what's screwed that up. He said KF8, HK. Yeah, well, no. So let's try it again. This actually is going a little better than I thought it would.
Looking for check-ins.
KF8AHK, Dale.
Okay?
And I will be in and out of my workplace. Alpha, hey Charlie, Tango. Good morning, Brother Fred, and I am just about mobile. Kilo Alpha, VOX, Scott, Vermillion.
Okay, in that instance, where's Craig? Just about mobile?
Yeah, just walking out the door.
Oh, walking. Okay, I got it. Anyway, that's not, that was my point. I just thought I'd mess with you.
That's okay.
You can follow VOX and Tom, W8, yeah, thank you. You can follow them because of, let's see. You can follow them because you can follow their frequency pattern. And basically, once you do this a couple times, you can get those two because and I'm forgetting the word already.
Timbre.
Thank you. Is different. So with a little bit of experience, you can follow them. The other thing I want to mention here is UAB. John did it right. He identified himself alphabetically, and then phonetically, and said that he was mobile. Okay, now listen to this and see the difference. I'm going to poke this back just a little bit, and you can hear VOX and Scott and Tom. Let's see if I get this close.
Where's the beat between the transmissions? Nobody's waiting. That's what the
Morning, Brother Fred, and I am just about mobile. Kilo Alpha, VOX, Scott, Vermillion.
Okay, we got LT. Bill in London, we didn't get his call yet.
Uniform India, Bravo, KE8QIB, John, mobile. KC1, Zulu X-ray, Bravo, NA FedEx via mobile. Copy, November 8th, November
KADGW, Kilowatt 8, Alpha Golf Whiskey, this morning, Fred. Hope I'm not another collision.
If I can pick it up there.
My wife says I'm in love with all the amateur radio operators I talk to instead of her because I don't hear her call sign, but I hear everybody else's.
It's called selective.
Well, it was about time for you to pick it up after all that. I got to tell you, it was definitely time to pick it up. John's best practices was one of the things I wanted to point out there. Again, alphabetic, phonetic, and standard phonetics. Standard phonetics, that also helps quite a bit, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. All right, here we go. Last one, last audio sample, if I can get this to work.
Kilo, Charlie, Hotel Delta Papa, Jerry in Shreve, Ohio.
Love how you check into it, net, Jerry. You set the bar.
And yes, he does. Go ahead.
So one of the things that Jerry does when he does that, and I love it, is that 10, 12 second spot that he takes up means everybody else who's trying to talk over him eventually lets go. And we actually get back to a repeater beep and a drop before people start keying up again. Okay, that's what I heard with the Fred clip you played there. That was, what, 10, 12 people? I heard one beep.
No beeps.
No beeps.
Okay, we got,
Gary?
yes.
Before you go on, just because it's in this section, this is brilliant, I really liked it. Does everybody keep in mind that what you're hearing is a single complex sound wave? A single sound wave. All of the sound hits your ears as a complete wave, and then your brain has to figure out what it's hearing. And there's a whole body of research called auditory stream formation, and you can do research in it, and that's what your brain's trying to figure out, is what stream of sounds belong together and which ones separate out. And doing it in this particular situation, it just puts everything in one spot, and so it is extra task for your brain to separate all those things. So all the things you're talking about is exactly what your brain is trying to do out of a single sound wave that you're trying to explain to yourself. And you might mention this later, but the other thing is check in and wait to see if you're heard, because if you hear yourself doubling with somebody and then you jump back in because you doubled some with somebody and you didn't think you got heard, chances are you're stepping on somebody else.
And that's very true, Dave. And that's what happens. And I'm convinced of in the previous audio clip, I'm convinced, I know, that Fred would have picked out VOX and Tom.
Yeah.
He would have got it. And if Tom unkeyed, because I think VOX was still transmitting when Tom had finished, and Tom said, "Oh man, I doubled." And if he would have come back, Fred already got him. He got him because he can follow that, and you know he's good enough at what he does that he can discern that. But then if you try to check in again, you're probably going to step on somebody else. So that's how that works. For the record, we got to hear this one more time.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve, Ohio.
Love how you check into it, net, Jerry. You set the bar.
Yes, you do. And Jerry, I told you were going to be a star. I did.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
What you just pointed out, though, as compared to what we've been hearing, he was the only one there. There wasn't 40 people there at once, but just one.
Go ahead, Nick.
That's what I'm saying, Fred, is everybody just wait, okay? Let the person before you finish. Wait for the beat, and then start over again. Okay, but you see,
You don't know who's calling out at the same time you are.
but trust me, okay? Trust me and trust the NCOs that if 3 of you are talking over each other, but you actually, if you were talking the way, if you were checking in the way Jerry just checked in, if
You'd
there
get
were
them all.
4 of you on top of each other, I would get all 4 of you.
Yeah.
Well, and then also I like what you guys basically taught me how to do, which is just say, when you get through your list, read off who you have, and then who did I miss? That's phenomenal. That's great.
Right. So you get instant feedback.
Yeah.
If we missed you, you know we missed
You
you.
don't gotta wait.
Ooh. Horseshack, go.
So here's the thing. If I take a list of 10 or 12 check-ins and I know I missed one, and I say, who did I miss? And 6 people come back, that irritates me. Just thought I'd share that. I know I missed one and 6 of you come back. Somebody's lying.
Many people will foul out. They'll know, oh, I'm talking over somebody, so we'll back off and they'll wait. And then they'll come back in. And so much appreciated. But sometimes it's a waste of time. And that's my problem when I run in that. I don't want to waste time. I want people to get their airtime. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I heard this guy, this gal, this gal. I mean, I don't want to go back, like Nick says, and say, okay, here's who I got. Who did I miss? It's worthwhile, yet it's very difficult to say, okay, I'm going to take this time to go through all of these 18, 24 call signs. Who did I miss? And is somebody mobile, like Andy, AB8MO, out in Burton, trying to get in on the 015 machine? Am I going to miss him because I go back and label all these call signs? It's a double entendre. It really is. I mean, it's hard. It's really difficult.
Okay, and I wanted to, I'm not sure, one of the things I wanted to point out is, Josh, you do this. I've heard you 100 times. You'll start the transmission, you'll like key up and then unkey. And it's like, oh, there's somebody there. So I'm not going to transmit. So then you key up again, unkey, oh, it's clear, boom, and there you are.
And what I've seen people from across the country, they do it a lot on the Texas network, is they'll key up and they'll say, this is, drop it, listen. There, I know you hate it. I know you hate it. Don't hit me.
And
Anyway.
Virginia does it too.
Yeah. To be clear, Gary, sometimes I'm looking at the dashboard and I see someone's talking over me. So that
there you
happens
go.
too.
There you
But
go.
sometimes I'll notice, like, oh, I heard just a second and then I keyed and like, oh, wait. Go back.
Someone was going to give me dashboard lessons. I don't know who it was though, but.
I got you.
All right. Any other comments or questions about this? The sound clips. I think, and again, I'm not picking on anybody. I just want to talk about best practices here more than anything else. Philip.
One of the things I've gotten in the habit of doing now is waiting till almost the end before I even say anything, because number one, there's less people to run into, and makes it more enjoyable listening to the net without having to think of what you're going to say.
Well, and I understand some people are short time, and we try to address short timers. We try to address mobile. One of my, and this happened this morning with me. You know, I'm looking for mobile and short time, and you know, and if you're short time, don't give me a 5-minute dissertation. I mean, if you're short time, that's short time. If you're mobile, we want to get you the mobile people in before they get designated or they get out of range or they get down in a valley someplace. And I mean, that's the whole reason behind that. And so, you know, I had probably 6 or 7 in and out stations. And I mentioned on the air this morning that I got to fix this, and I really do need to fix that. So I think I'll call for in and outs and get the in and outs in and out, and then but mobile is important. You need to as an NCO, you really need to concentrate on mobile operators, because again, they have a really short window, truly a short window. So and again, we're not picking on anybody here. We're just trying to talk about best practices, and that's the whole thing. Anything else? Yeah, Dave?
Just comment, it's a good time to remember that patience is a virtue, and it's just ham radio. It's just fun, and if you don't necessarily get to check in on a particular morning, that it's going to be there tomorrow.
Barbernet is Monday through Saturday, starting at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m., runs about an hour-ish. Who says that? All right, hey, oh God.
Gary, I can slow down, no problem,
I know.
but I can't give away this accent. I really can't.
What accent?
Well, I wasn't picking on the accent. I really wasn't. I really wasn't.
Well, we don't confuse you with John.
Yeah, okay, yes, sir.
03.
You mentioned dissertation. If you're in a fringe area mobile, it's also not the time for a 5-minute dissertation.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I mean, if you're mobile and you know you're at the end of the road, say hi and bye. Thank you.
There you go. All right. Very well said. Yes, sir.
Case 5, CFY, and then the rent control. Repeated that.
Okay, I'm guilty. I love the way Ray checks in. I love it. I do. Okay, will you accept my apology? Well, I'm probably going to do it again, but will you accept my apology? I'll apologize. Right after I'm done doing it, I'm going to apologize, Eric. I promise. But there's just something about that. K5s. And again, I don't even have to hear the whole call, and I know who it is. It's kind of cool. All right, anything else before we move on? This is a half-hour presentation, gang, and I'm already over.
There's only a half hour left.
I do not want to do that.
Scott.
Now it's broken.
You don't need it.
All right, that was an illustration. What's feeding back here? Hello. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, that was for illustration purposes. Okay, phonetic alphabet. We want to talk a little bit about that. Why we use it? Well, we use it to eliminate confusion, not to cause confusion. Use the standard ITU, NATO alphabet. Common misuses. Atom and alpha. We can. Wow. What are you doing to me, Scott?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Who's got their finger on the button back there?
So use the phonetic alphabet. I got a lot of stories about phonetic alphabet. Do you guys remember the purple zucchini guy? Who was that?
Clark.
And it was more than purple.
No one ate purple zucchini downtown. Clark. And ate PZ.
Yeah, Clark was.
Drove me nuts. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do with that? So that adds another, as Dave was saying earlier, that adds another layer of interpretation to what you're trying to say. Now, on the flip side of that coin, and I don't think Christian's here tonight.
Pick on him.
Yeah, I'm going to pick on him. KF6POE. The first time Christian logged into MindNet, KF6POE, peace on earth. Now, that sounds pretty simple, right? Now, add some interference, QRN, people on top of each other, blah, blah, blah. Peace on earth. I wasn't expecting peace on earth. It's a nice concept, I think, but I wasn't expecting it. And the problem with non-standard phonetics is that you're not expecting it. And again, it adds a layer of interpretation, and it is problematic. The flip side of that is, at this point, I know peace on earth. I embrace peace on earth.
Purity of essence.
But yeah, purity. But so if I hear on the air, if I hear peace, if I hear on, if I hear earth, I know it's Christian. I do. KF6 POE. So that's the flip side of it, but not the first time into a net. Not if you're chasing DX and you're trying to break a pile up. Peace on earth ain't going to make it. It just isn't.
American Motors Experimental.
And that was another one. And the thing about that, AMX started a whole conversation on the net with me. We talked about cars. Yeah, it was really pretty cool. So, I'm sorry? Exactly. Exactly. There we go.
Gary?
Yes, sir.
With the whole POE thing,
Yeah.
because I remember when he first checked in, the first time I heard him, when I'm trying to figure out POE, guess what erased from my mind?
Tell me.
The next three check-ins.
KC6. As soon as I'm trying to figure out what POE is,
Oh, yeah.
I lost the prefix.
There you go.
Because you can't do that much processing that fast.
Yeah, the beauty of standard phonetics is that's what the NCO or the DX station, that's what the expectation is. That just makes it all easier. That was a great story. I wish Christian was here. The purple zucchini, though, that was the best. Seriously.
Purple zucchini.
All right, done right. Using phonetics effectively. Speak slowly. Slow down. You're moving too fast. You know the rest of that. Pause between characters. K-O-A-D. Yeah, I saw you. You looked up. Trust me, K is not a prefix. Neither is a, it's not a prefix. Okay, so slow down and pause between characters. Kilo, Alpha, 8, Oscar, Alpha, Delta. Yeah, that'll work. Pause between characters, emphasize clear syllables. Emphasize. Again, remember, you're talking about somewhere between 300 and 3,000 hertz is all the intelligibility you have there, when the human ear can hear somewhere between 20 hertz and 20 kHz. So that's what that's all about. And finally, avoid made-up phonetics. At least when you're originally or initially checking into a net. Like I said, POE, peace on earth, got him down. Got him down 100%. Any part of that, I got him down. All right, tips from the net control chair. Slow down your check-in. Speak to be heard, not just to talk. Finish your words. Avoid and and all that other stuff in between characters. And again, finally, as we talked about, proper mic placement. Not too close or hot. That's what we want to do. All right, this is it. Recap and final tips. Read the room. If you're checking into a net for the first time, or if you're on HF and you're chasing some DX down and you're on frequency, read the room. Listen, listen, listen. How is the NCO or the DX station running the net or the pilot? He might, if you're on HF, he might be operating split. How many times have you been chasing some DX and there's some guy on the, he hears the DX and then boom, that VFO goes to the frequency and he is transmitting and the call comes out and all that person's doing is interfering, causing QRM on the receive frequency and causing interference. The guy's not here, the DX station's not hearing it if he's operating split. I mean, he's listening elsewhere. and you're just causing QRM. So listen, as far as nets are concerned, how is the net control operator operating the net? I mean, how's he handling it? Read the room. Number 2, use phonetic alphabet properly. At least in an initial contact scenario, use standard ITU phonetic alphabet. Number 3, practice good mic technique. Not too close, not too far away. Just like Goldilocks, just right. And finally, think before you speak. How will your transmission affect the ongoing communication? Are you going to interfere? Are you in the gist of what's going on? Think before you speak. Questions, comments, anything? KOD?
Comment.
Go ahead.
Key, wait, speak.
Say it again.
Key, wait, speak.
What was the first one?
Key.
Key?
Key up the mic.
Oh, key. I'm sorry. You should have said kilo.
Kilo Echo Yankee.
There we go. Key, wait, speak. There you go. Very good.
And hang on for a
Dave.
second when you're done.
I think that the advice there is listen more than you talk. And there's so many different formats in these relationships. If you're checking into a traffic net, you're going to behave completely differently than if you're checking into the beacon net or the barometer net. There's just different protocols that you're following. If you're doing an worked all states net, you're going to do specific things. And a lot of times, it's just a round table. So the barometer net, when I started with it with Ron, was originally a giant round table. Is how he was doing it. He would start at 5 in the morning, start with 6 people, and they go around in a circle. And by the time you got to 7 or 8, you'd have 15 or 20 people in the circle. And it would grow, and by the time you got to 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, it would shrink back to like 10 people, and then we'd call it quits. But we'd always just keep on going back to the top. We don't do it that way anymore because we have a limited amount of time. But the way it worked back then was very different than it is now. But noticing those slight differences in how everybody's doing things, just get up to speed, get right up to speed with the train before you try to jump on the car.
All right, yeah, and again, that's read the room. Know what you're jumping into. Look before you leave. Ken, did that work? All right, anything else? Comments, questions? No tomatoes. Yeah, Josh.
More of an NCO question. Something I wanted to ask. When somebody accidentally has the mic keyed, and then you can't really hear anything other than they have the mic key down, there's no static or anything, and it's possible that the repeater might time out in 3 minutes. What is the protocol? Do you just wait as the NCO before going to the next person, or can you just start keying up and continue the net till the repeater times out? What would be best, do you think?
Turn the radio off, go back to bed.
It depends. Josh, what I usually do is I usually call out and see if people can hear me talking over it or not.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
it's-
kind of what I do. Sometimes that happens. Jason, I know some of the nodes are more duplex kind of things, and I'm not real familiar with the nodes. Although I want to thank Ken Dorsey today. He finally opened up my clear node that came in about 2 or 3 months ago. I've never done nodes, and I thought maybe I should. Sometimes you can hear that. You can actually continue if a node has a key down. Am I right on that, Jason? Or is it wrong? I know sometimes when the key is down, you've come on,
Yeah.
and I can hear you, and I don't know, honestly, Josh, I don't know if you can carry on a net or not. I normally kind of wait
Okay.
until somebody, and I announce a couple times, hey, somebody's got a key open? You know, you do that a couple times? Jason?
I'm not sure I understand the scenario that you're describing.
Like, for example, my node, Jason, I think it's set up where if it's transmitting, I wouldn't be able to transmit back in and get in. So if NCO called me while somebody's keying down, I wouldn't even be able to respond because I don't have like full duplex, I think. Right?
If you have a simplex hotspot.
Yeah.
It can only do one thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
It can either transmit or it can receive.
Right. Okay.
You can buy boards, like I have one, that's essentially a split hotspot.
Yeah.
So it can transmit and receive at the same time to overcome that problem.
Okay.
But the standard simplex hotspot, you can only do one thing at a time.
Okay.
So if you're trying to transmit and you miss, and it keys up a transmit coming in from the network before you do, you won't know.
Okay. Got it.
And if I'm on RF and if someone has the key down, it literally is just QRM, right? So, in other words, if somebody's got a key down,
Someone's sitting on the mic.
somebody's sitting on the mic, it's interference, right? I mean, that's what it is. And if my signal's stronger, then I can overcome that. Am I right about that?
If it is, in certain circumstances, yes. If your signal is stronger and you happen to not capture it or each other, then yes.
So I've talked over, if someone's holding RF open, I can key up my All-Star node and talk to people over top of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So, right, so with Sarah, with Sarah's, the way it's set up is, on our repeater, is All-Star is not the controller. There's an SCOM controller, and it has basically there's 3 input and 3 output audio paths. So there's an input and an output for the repeater that I have set up independently, and then All-Star has an independent input and output channel, and those both work independently. So the way it works right now is if you have audio in from RF and audio in from All-Star, those will both mix in the controller and then go back out to the repeater.
Yes.
Because the alternative is then they fight, right? When one wins, the other loses, and that causes it's basically a pick your poison problem, right?
I'd rather hear people talking over each other than.
That's
nobody
why.
getting break.
Well, that's why it's set up the way it is.
All right. Cool.
And from my perspective, I kind of, when it's happened with me, I've been able to wait it out, and people finally realize, ooh, I made a boo-boo, and it goes away eventually. Or Nick jumps in and disconnects an offending node if that's the situation. So that's how that goes. Okay, anything else real quick? We're running late. This was a half hour. When I did this, when I went through this earlier, this was a half-hour presentation, and now we're at 55 minutes, and that was not my plan, trust me. Anybody else? No, seriously, though. Are there any other questions before we move on? All right, here we go. Time for a break. 5 minutes, and we're going to get the meeting started.
John, that ain't MMY, Chris. No.
Well, I was thinking, because we have the van now, right? We have the Chevy Express.
Not a whole lot going on. Christmas party coming up. The apparel, I think everybody got their stuff, right, Nick?
Pretty close. I think we got one bag and 1 or 2 bags left back here.
Okay, cool. Very, very good.
And MASH is in here.
I want to give a shout out to my lovely wife who helps me dissect and divide and conquer all the apparel, and she does a great job. And behind the scenes, she is wonderful. And I'm going to keep her around for another, I don't know, 10 to 12 minutes. We'll see. All right, well, has it been 1 minute? I think it has. All right, let's get this show on the road. Good evening, Sarah and friends. Welcome to the party. Glad everybody showed up. Glad no one threw any tomatoes. Do appreciate that. Sorry about the strip search outside, and you can pick your tomatoes up on your way out. Best looking hands in the hobby? The nicest too. Do we have any newbies here? Anybody that hasn't been here before, or visitors? Dustin, yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. You want to say something? Good. All right, let's see, what's next? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Craig's grandson, I think? There we go, and your technician license is on its way. Very good. All right, so we have a January meeting. It's on the 15th of January. Can you guys believe that? That's because Thursday falls on the January 1st. Yeah, so the January meeting comes very quick. All right. First, we got this from Susan Wilson. It was addressed to me, but it was addressed to the club. I'll read it. Your donation to T2T, that's Tunnels to Tower. That's what we did in lieu of flowers. We made a donation to Tunnels to Towers. And she said it is greatly appreciated. Knowing that this donation has helped soldiers, veterans in need is very comforting. We want you to know that Dick really liked and appreciated all the club members he got to know. From Mexican prior to the meeting, winning the 50-50 raffle, which he did, and all the joking that went along with it, plus being labeled the old goat, added meaningful love to his ham community. Thanks to you and all his buddies, Susan and her son Scott. Very nice. We miss Dick. We miss him here. We miss him on the air, and we just miss him. He's a great guy, and we still think about him a whole lot. At least I do, for sure. Yes, ma'am. All right, announcements. Next Sarah meeting, I just mentioned that. There's January 15th, plan to attend, and bring a friend. All right, the Christmas holiday celebration is December 11th, arrival 6 to 6:30. It's going to be right here in this very room. The RSVP page is on the website. All you got to do is go to w8wky.org. Right on the home page, there's a nice big picture. As a matter of fact, it looks just like that. And anyway, click on the picture. Oh, it doesn't? Oh, it doesn't. I'm sorry, wrong slide. Wrong slide, my fault. Anyway, on the home page, click on the picture on the home page, and there's all the information is there on the succeeding page. And then there's underneath it, it says, get your tickets here, click on that, and you go to the pay page. Is that pay page? Pay page. I think that works. I enunciated. Pay page.
I believe
there we go. $37 per person, and and it's going to be nice. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. K8AMX Estate is being conducted by M8LTR, the Montana Rep. And Bill, you want to talk about that in a second? On our rep, the way it should be.
Yeah, there's no doubt who's on the radio when you hear that phrase. Okay, Dick's Estate, here we go. On the tables, I've thrown a copy of this. I didn't want to kill a whole ream of paper and more expensive HP ink cartridges than I thought about spending money on, so there's only 8 copies of these. Please pass them around if you haven't seen it yet. Gary's distributed it electronically, so you should all have one on your PC or cell phone. Basically, it's taken 6 weeks of pretty hard work to dig all this out, and at some point in time, I'm going to see Dick again. I'm going to have words with him, because unmitigated chaos is not a management method for amateur radio gear. So I'm going to have words to him about how he stored and stashed things. But anyway, it's congealed into an organized mess here. It's going to be a phone auction. Basically, the phone number's in there. 8 a.m. on the 6th of December. You can start leaving the name, number, call sign, your bid. If 2 equal prices, I'll take the first guy that came in, and it'll be open for about a week, and I'll close it up the following Saturday at 6 p.m., and then the following Monday start calling the successful bidders. If you want to see any of the equipment, please call my cell phone, make an appointment with me. I've got 6 tables in the garage that is packed to the gizzards with stuff. Been through almost all of it. So what's on the list here all works. If you see a Radio Shack digital trunking scanner, it works. It's all got fresh batteries in it, so good to go. And there's an awful lot of new radios that Dick opened, powered up, put back in the box, and a statement, never really got used. So I'm going to keep this short, hand the mic back to Gary again. If you got any questions, you can grab me after the meeting.
All right, thanks, Bill. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate all the work you put into that. I know that Susan, sorry, this is one of the best shadows I've ever had. Dick, I'm sure, Susan really appreciates it. Club appreciates it. I did say to Susan that we would help, and you're part of the club, so we did help. So there you go. And thanks again for all the work that you put into this. Let's move on. There we go. All right, other announcements. Anybody else for the good of the cause?
I made the basketball team.
Yeah, there we go. Nice job, really. We do wish you well. There's 2 things you have to do when you make the basketball team. Number 1, it doesn't matter. Number 1, play hard. Number 2, have fun. You have to ruin everything, don't you? All right, any other announcements with the good of the cause? All right, I have a couple of announcements. Number 1, we have decided that we are going to have a yearly Sarah Amateur Radio Operator of the Year. What's it called?
You said Ham of the Year before.
Well, okay. Is it Ham of the Year? It's the Sarah Ham of the Year.
It's whatever you want to call it, Gary.
All right, I'll have to think about it. But anyway, did I decide, or was it we? We decided that we're going to celebrate individuals that won per year, and this is going to be a yearly event, and it's going to be delivered at the Christmas party. This year's winner, by unanimous decision of the executive committee, is Josh Van Dyke. As a reward, his dinner at the Christmas party in his lovely wife's dinner will be paid for by the club. So, yeah, well, thank you. I want to just mention a couple things, and we'll go into a little bit more detail at the Christmas party, but Josh has done an outstanding job this year of picking up the operations committee and just running with it and actually doing exactly the way these committees were supposed to be run, or at least what I envisioned the committee structure and how it was supposed to work. And he absolutely epitomized that. And Josh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You did a great job. So congratulations on your award. And my second announcement is this is my last year as president of this esteemed organization. I'm going to step down after this year. I've been, with the exception of 2 years, that Jason McCormick did a fabulous job as president. I've been president of this club since 2011, and I've done enough. I need to be replaced by some younger blood, some newer blood, someone with some blood. So anyway, I just wanted to make that announcement, and more to be said later, but I just wanted everybody to know that this is my, as they call it, the last hurrah. Now, I'm not gonna pull a John Wagner, and I hope he hears this, and disappear off the face of the earth. I'm still gonna be part of the club. I love John, by the way. I mean, just don't misunderstand me. John is one fantastic individual, but I will be here. I will be still participating, but I'm going to just be a soldier, and the leadership is going to pass on to a new generation, and that's the final announcement. Then.
Thank you for all you've done, Gary.
Thank you for putting up with me. All right, the minutes. I sent links out to the agenda and the minutes. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Anybody? Motion to approve the minutes? Okay, Mike? Second? The long-tailed rat? Bill? I'm sorry, Bill, I love that. I do. Almost as much as I love K5. I'm sorry, Eric. Like I said, I was going to apologize every time I do that. Anyway, anybody disagree with that? I don't even know how to say this. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign. I didn't hear any articulation there. All right, treasurer's report. Mikey?
Okay, well, October was a relatively quiet month. We had a deposit of $96. That was going to be 50-50. We had to issue a check for $163.46 to have the name badges engraved. I'm not sure what they made. Let's see, we had to pay $163.82 for Christmas party supplies. And we had to have an order from Amazon for $42.36. And we had to pay our fee for the Star Lake, which was $50. Now, for this month, we're not going to use it, so it's going to cost us a total of $5, which is good. And I transferred $500 from PayPal to our main account. So gave us a balance of $4,351.47, and we allocated $1,100 for the repeater replacement and maintenance fund. So give us an available balance of $3,251.47. Overall, it was good.
All right, Mike, thank you for that. And again, thank you for a splendid bang-up job as vice, as treasurer. I'm sorry. Well, I don't think we have to do that. It's good until we audit. I think that's how it works. All right. Committee reports. Here we go. Social committee. Stefan's not here, but the fall apparel delivery was tonight. Is everything gone, or do we still have a couple stuff left?
Reef and somebody else. There's 2 packages back there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not bad. We did good this time. Yeah, very good. And the Christmas holiday extravaganza. We don't even have to save the date because guess what? I have another slide. Here we now. There we Jason. There it is.
Good job.
I knew it was there someplace. Okay, again, Thursday, December 11th. It's going to be right here. The doors open at 6 p.m. Your landing time is between 6 and 6:30. Dinner at 6:30, maybe not quite 6:30, probably a little closer to maybe 7:15 or so. But we do have a landing time between 6 and 6:30. Cash bar is available. Let's all belly up to the bar and have a good time. The menu is on the right there. We have 2 main dishes. Roast beef, which is Charlie's specialty. That's been here every year so far. Baked chicken breast, rice pilaf, rotten potatoes, green beans and salad, dessert, appetizers. The price is $37 per person. Again, as I said, go to our webpage, wawky.org, and click on the picture. That'll take you to the page. It'll have this information on it again, and an opportunity to get your reservation and pay. So hope everyone can come. You're going to see the celebration of the Sarah Ham of the Year. That would be Josh. Yeah, you. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, any questions about that? Anybody have any difficulty if you've tried getting your tickets? Anybody having any difficulty whatsoever, other than Barry? Okay. Learning and VE Committee, Mr. Hunter, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Gary. One of the things that I am tasked with as far as the committee is coming up with the monthly presentations that I think bring us all here. Business meetings are business meetings, but I like to learn. And we cannot do that without people who are willing to do the presentations. And first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who has presented this past year. And I've already had a few people step forward saying that they have presentations for the upcoming year. My goal is to have all the presentations mapped out by the end of January so that we're not scrambling around all year trying to find something. So if you have a topic that you would like to present on, or if you have a topic that you would like to learn about, please reach out to me really soon, because like I say, I'd like to have this wrapped up by the end of January. I'd like to have the roster full of the presentations, and at that point it becomes more or less a set it and forget it type situation. And on the topic of the VE sessions, we have one coming up the first weekend of December. Stefan's not here, he takes care of that. So I'm sure he'll be reaching out soon, looking for the VEs to help administer that session there in Rittman. It is going to be on exam tools, so if you've not signed up to participate with exam tools, you'll need to do that prior to the session. So with that having been said, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Doug. And again, another outstanding job. Doug has taken his position and has run with it. And again, the committee structure has worked really well. I thought it might. The whole idea was to include other people or get more people involved, and that has happened. Hopefully it'll happen even more in the future because it's all about the club. It's your club. It's not my club. It's not the executive. Well, Lily thinks it's her club. It's your club, and you make it what it is and what it's going to be. So that's what that's all about. Josh, you had a question?
And I was going to say, I don't know if
All right, well said. Everybody hear that? All right, very good. Okay, next up. Maybe. There we go. Technical Committee. Mr. Technician himself.
Oh, you know my little fox picture. I've had a long week. Yeah, so we actually did a fox hunt 3 weeks ago, 3 weekends ago, 4 weekends ago now, 3 weekends ago now. It was interesting. Apparently the location that I chose had some very unique RF reflective properties that sent people all over creation. It was intended to be a little more difficult. It wasn't intended to be that difficult. But I talked to several people who said they were getting reflections from like the south of Wadsworth High School, and so I don't know what it was reflecting off of, but it was reflecting off of something. So, but the interesting thing was I had built a little Fox controller out of an Arduino board, and Dave did a fox hunt, and it wasn't working right. And he's like, we have to keep tapping it. I'm like, why do you keep tapping it? But sure enough, you tap it, and it came back on. So I tore it all apart, and I found a glob of solder sitting between the transistor. I'm like, oh, well, it must be because it was the transistor in the 12 to 5 volt converter. Like, well, that must have been it. And you hit it, the solder moved just enough. So I fixed it. Very exciting. I fixed it. Didn't test it that long, or on a battery. So I tested it with my bench 13.8 volt power supply. Took it out, hooked it up to a battery, and promptly had to tap it every single time to make it transmit. And then somehow I ended up turning it on its side and it started working. And then I was very confused. So to make a long story short, I have learned from the Fox experience that an Arduino cannot sink enough current to close a voltage-assisted analog relay without the help of gravity to pull the contact closed. I had done it that way so that the radio and the Fox didn't necessarily have to be on the same power supply. Like if you had a in-vehicle radio and you had like a portable battery you plug the Fox into. But now it all has to be plugged into one power supply and uses a much simpler circuit that does not require gravity to assist the closing of the relay in the Arduino. And then I've been messing with 3D printers. This is actually my first case I've designed with Adobe Fusion as an extrusion rather than a little case. So I heard you have a 3D printer, by the way.
It just happened.
Nice.
Just happened today.
So, anyway, so the Fox is all set up. We'll probably do another Fox hunt. Maybe we'll have like a freezing Fox, like the cold Fox. Or something. We'll see. I will try to pick a site that doesn't apparently have 6 different multi-path reflections off of goodness only knows what. Well, let's be clear. We tested it. We'll do more testing. We'll do more testing. So.
Actually, that's a very realistic hunt.
It was very realistic. It was not the hunt we had promised, though. I would have said it's going to take you all day to apparently find where I was. If you hadn't heard that I was on a hill in the northeast corner of Firestone Metro Park, to the south of Akron, and I was up on a hill and I had it on a mast. And apparently, from west over to Wadsworth, it was just bouncing all over the place. Like one team had headed towards Seville, and I don't know where it was going. So we'll do more testing before the next one. The other thing I wanted to mention, the UHF machine 442.275 has really gotten no use recently. No use has been logged every time I've looked at the machine.
I know, there just happened to be a whole bunch of people on it last night.
Okay. So last night was apparently an exceptionally atypical night. But this is really an operational update to say that we're leaving it as it is. We had the technical committee operations, some people from the operations, a couple other people, we kind of kicked around a
should we change what it does? And the decision was, no, it will keep doing what it is doing. But it is an exhortation and a reminder that it is out there. If you would like to use D-Star or DMR or Fusion or NX, I think you still have NXDM turned on. All of those modes will work, and you should use them. And remember that you can't break anything. So if you have digital radio, put it to use. Nick will put it to use.
I can break things.
I'm going to call it the Nick machine. That's it. Any questions from the tech committee? All right.
Josh, you have a question?
No,
Oh,
I was
that was
scratching my
Mitch.
ear. I guess I'll say if you're looking for something to connect to, one of the digital networks I've heard of is Kansas City Wide. They have nets all the time, so you can connect it to Kansas City Wide maybe.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is please don't connect it to something that's really busy and then walk away from your radio.
Yeah, you do need to disconnect.
Yeah, it's fine if you want to connect, but disconnect when you are actively done this.
All right, best practices. Yeah, please disconnect. And yeah, I'm going to do some D-Star and some Fusion. I got the radios. I just have never had, I don't know, the knowledge or the ambition, I guess. Combine those two things, and that's a lose. All right, let's keep her moving here. Member support. Ron, do you have anything for us? A couple things, I think.
Okay, we had a little activity this month. I think Mark got together with Dave and they put up a thing to test Jim's attic masters last weekend. And went and helped Scotty and his team take down N8IW's tower and get rid of that for his wife. She was worried about that. And I think we took most of that over to Craig's place because he was going to get that and then try to put that back up over there. Can't think of anything else we did. Oh, yeah. Went over to Nick's place and we put up a vertical for him, a little bit taller mast to see if we can get him in with RF.
The way it should be.
That didn't work out quite as good as we had hoped, but anyway.
Could you get the repeater up at all from down there? Or? No, I can hear it. He can hear it, but he can't confirm it. Okay.
All right, and I want you to know, getting Ron to speak, that's a value add. It doesn't happen that often. All right, thank you, sir. You do great work, though. You do great work. All right, appreciate it, Ron. Give that Ron a operations, Josh Van Dyke. Ham radio operator, Sarah Ham radio operator of the year.
I wonder, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, is there like an initiation with this? Am I going to get like egged or something? Anyway.
Wait till December.
When the snowball's ready.
Take a pointer. I see. There we go. I'm not going to use it. Hey. That's John. I don't have too much this month. Whoops, did somebody say? Hold it like that?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
There you go.
My etiquette, I'm sorry. I don't have too much this month. Quick update on the COD, the last thing really. I got the logs to build finally. So if you made a contact and you requested a certificate to confirm that contact, you should have that by now. If you haven't, let me know. I'll talk to Bill. Whatever. Ben, you requested one. Did yours come through?
Yeah, I got
Good.
it.
You put it. You're gonna hang it up on the wall.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to get a frame, so it's
Okay.
just sitting on the table right
Okay.
now.
Cool. Very good. So that's it for that. Turned out I said 184 contacts, 182 contacts would do or something like that. So, anyways, what else? I know we had mentioned a little bit, maybe doing like a number one clause special event discussion or special event this Christmas. I was talking to Nick about it. We're not going to link up or we're not going to really do anything with regards to that, but it is Christmas Eve on the Beacon Net. Dustin, do you have anything special or anything?
We're gonna have something special. I'm still working on it. It's a
Okay.
special surprise.
All right.
Christmas Eve for me and Nick.
So we got a Beacon Net surprise. We got Christmas Eve edition. So tune in for that. That will be cool. And the other thing, I do have slides. Hold on. Oh, we don't want to look at that one. There we go.
We didn't mean you, Scott.
Field Day, Winter Field Day. That's coming up January 24th and 25th. So that's the next thing on my radar. So there's a lot of discussion in the last week about what do we want to do for Field Day, where do we want to be, what do we want it to look like. I've talked to folks here, so I'm here to try to read the room a little bit because we have a lot of options. We got to make a decision. Go ahead, Ben.
Do we have like a number of people that are interested?
I had 5 people raise their hands.
Okay, just 5 so far?
What's that?
Just 5 so far?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, I haven't really counted it up. I think a half dozen people or so.
Build it and they will come.
Exactly, right. Yes. In the middle of winter, you want to go camping? No. So I've been talking to the Canton Amateur Radio Club, and they have invited us to their winter field day. They are still working on the location, but some of the ideas thrown around, Maps Museum, that's looking a little less likely because they're very busy that weekend. There is a park called Dogwood Park down in Canton, and so it's very nice, indoor, warm, so we can not freeze. So that is an option. It would be really cool. They're really interested in getting a lot of participation, have a lot of operators, right, and just meet more hams and have a lot of fun. So that is one potential option. Another potential option that we've talked about is just going back to the American Legion Hall over in Richmond, what we do for Summer Field Day. And I've talked to Bill over there, and it's available to us, and so that's an option if we're interested in doing that. I've been talking to people here, though. What's that?
That's the quarterback that in Richmond.
Yeah, just over in Richmond. Yeah.
That's the quarterback.
So another option that Ben had brought up was we could go down and see if we can find an Airbnb down in Southern Ohio.
Or a cabin.
Or a
Hocking
cabin.
Hills.
Down
I
in
know
Hocking
they've
Hills,
got them.
which would be kind of cool. Because we've done, we've gone to the American Legion, right? We've done that, right? We know we're gonna, we've done that before, but we could try something a little different like that. So, I don't know. I think that's. We've also talked. I was talking, I think, to Phil about. There's also the airport over here. What'd you call it? Sky Park. We could go to Sky Park. That's also. I know Scott said you reached out to him like last year, and so that's another option, right? So we got lots of options, and I need help deciding because I am indecisive. So, I guess I just want to see a raise of hands. Who's interested in Winter Field Day in participating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and I know Lane is also interested. So we have good interest. So, with the idea of joining the Canton Club, they're excited. They're interested in having us there. The setup should be a little easier. They put their antennas up with drones. They just fly it up, boom, done. They can go back inside and get one. So, we'd have a lot of opportunity to operate there. So, anyways, raise your hands. Who's interested in the idea of joining Canton Amateur Radio Club for their, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Any discussion on that one? Any thoughts? Nick, did you have a thought?
You'd have to team up with someone because you're just not going to get enough interest to make it worthwhile. So, and those guys expressed interest. We've got some friends over there, and we really haven't done anything with them yet, so that would be a good idea.
Tom, KAMNT, is a member. Some of you folks might know Bob, WB8OVA. I've been on his repeater, talked to him multiple times. Great guys. Mike, N8XY, who's come to some of our meetings. So, Okay, so that's that option. Who's interested in the idea of going down to southern Ohio and doing something like that? 1, 2, 3, and a half.
I'm already in Southern Ohio.
What's that? Okay, what's your statement?
You're in the winter time. Have you ever been up?
There's a lot of hills. There's a lot of hills, yeah. So,
You have bad weather.
driving, that's a good point. It is winter field day. So, that's a good point. That's what I'm looking for, is ideas, like thoughts about that.
Josh, just
Yes.
one quick point onto that is that if it snows very badly, you may have difficulty parking.
That's fair, yep. Or just getting there, right. Yep, that's a good point. Yeah, this is why I asked. Yeah, that's good. Anything else on that idea?
Yeah.
Chuck?
Yeah, Josh, I would suggest you consider Mohican State Park down in Loudonville. It's not that far. I was down there with a group of guys for a reunion in May. The facilities are fabulously nice.
Okay.
If you can do it during the week, you get half price, I believe.
Okay.
And weekends, prices are higher. They have excellent mesh type internet service, cable TV, you name it. So for those of us who are on Echolink or All-Star the way it should be, you're set up down there.
Okay. I like the idea of the cable TV so I can watch the game as I'm doing FT8.
Maybe we get some paint.
I got the computer in this hand and the remote in this hand. All right, so that's that idea. Who's interested in the Wadsworth Eagles? A little closer to home. We're more familiar with it, right? Or I'm sorry, the American Legion Home. Yeah, American Legion Home.
We've done that before.
We've done it before.
Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, the air. Just let them know that you're there. No drone flying. No drones to put up the antennas, but.
You can still fly down.
Can you? Okay. I think if you're tethered to, like, and they're tethered when you put the antenna out. So. All right. Well, any other thoughts or comments on field day? I'm going to try to get something underway in the next week and start getting some solid plans in. So if you're interested, please reach out to me, and we'll get this thing off the put it off the runway, I guess. Maybe hopefully not into the ditch. I think that's all I got. Let me check. Oh. Ooh. I guess we're done.
Time.
All right. Nice job, Josh. Thank you so much for that. New club business. Anything for the good of the cause? Anything we missed? Anything coming up that I'm not aware of? Or Lily's basketball game. There you go. All right, Lily. Very good. Remember, play hard, have fun. All right. Nothing else. We're on the room. Comments, questions. Anything we missed? Nothing. Here we go. One more. 50-50 raffle. Again, next membership meeting is January 15th. Plan to attend. Bring a friend. We have a 50-50 raffle coming up, and here we go. $108 is the prize. Let's see who gets it. No, I don't even have it.
0280926. Zero 28096. Thank you, Lily. Nice job. We have a winner, $108. There we go. $8. Yeah, there you go. She can deliver.
She can deliver. All right, that's all we got. I want to thank everybody for attending tonight. It was a great meeting. I do apologize for running late. Although we're still under 9 o'clock, so not too awfully bad. I do appreciate everybody's participation. We will see you at the Christmas extravaganza. Yes, we will, on December 11th. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please get them. And we'll see you at the Christmas party. All right, thank you, everybody.